Welcome to another edition of Player Pulse Live. I'm Ryan Schroet, Ryan Evan, as you know me on Twitter, head of Illini Pulse. And as you know, I've wanted to start since the Brett Bielema era has started at Illinois here in the last 3-4 weeks. I wanted you guys to hear and see the faces of the program. So with football and basketball, I've been hitting football really hard of late. Obviously, because they're getting commitments and transfers, 21 recruits, 2022. So each time Illinois, is landing someone new, I try to get the newest face and faces that I think you guys would be interested to hear from. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on the newest Illini commit, Prather Hudson. Prather, how do you pronounce? Okay, you would say that. Can you hear me? Okay. I don't know if it's hopefully it's not my signal. Maybe it's your, I don't know. Turn my volume down here. Can you hear me? There we go. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh boy. How's that? Is that better? Let's try this. Let's try this again. Sad, but technology. You know how technology is. Yeah. Can you hear me now? Maybe it's his connection. I don't know. Well, this is fun. Maybe we should talk, and I should try sign language or text him. Anywho, should I try and maybe re-add you back? I don't know. Maybe I'm going to try that. This idea was wonderful. So are you? Can you still not hear? Oh, well, let me see here. Well, folks, maybe I should have to try this again because I don't know if he can hear. I don't know. Maybe he cannot hear me. Can you hear me now? Oh, it sounds like it's like you're muffled a little bit. That's what it sounds like. I can hear you, but it's like you're muffled. Yeah. We're going to try this again. We are going to try this again. So, hang tight. Let me see what we got. It's me. He's saying it's me. Oh my. Yep, my volume's all the way up now. All right, so we're going to try this again, folks. That's how technology is, sadly. Now, the question is, can you guys hear me? Because if you can hear me, then I know that it's not something from my end. So, yeah. I'm going to try and re-add him. Okay, my audio is fine. All right. All right. I thought it was maybe my Wi-Fi connection, because let me tell you, you ever have any of those neighbors that don't get off the internet, that just play video games all day? Because that's what I have. The dude just sucks the gigs and the data away. It's ridiculous. All right, so anyway, let's do this again. All right. I appreciate everybody who has stuck on here. Let's see if we can get this done. While we're waiting, you can ask some questions if you want. I'll try to answer some questions because I appreciate you guys. I was due for one of these to not go as smooth, sadly. That's just how it is. There's a lot of things that go into this. It goes, I wish it was just, hey, bring somebody on. No, nope. 4 or 5 little hoops. But anyway, so I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I put a new Swami selection in. Hopefully you guys are, yeah. Well, Alex, Daryl, did you see my Swami selection? I mean, I think that tells you everything you really need to know. I mean, that's why it's a Swami selection. No, Dan, I can safely say that. I cannot. Awaiting Mr. Hudson's arrival. We're UGA. Thanks for joining. We're waiting for him to get on. I'm sadly having some issues getting him to join. Yeah, Alex, I was about to say, go check out the Swami selections. I tweeted it today. But anyway, yeah. Super excited about the staff and all these additions. And if I put a Swami selection in for Jack Lamb, there's a good reason for that. So, hey, can't give you the day, but I think this week it might work out. So I think this week could happen. Man, oh man. I might just have to delete this one. We might have to try it again because, yeah. Just kidding.
Are you on there?
Yeah, I'm waiting though. He hasn't. There's some internet issues, I think. Yeah.
Come on here.
What? All right, he's loading up. He's about to join. All right, let's do this.
I don't know what was going on.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Fingers
I don't know
crossed.
what happened.
Yeah, you sounded like you were submerged underwater. So
Yeah.
I was just like, and then I was asking everybody watching. I'm like, is it me? Because if it's me, then I need to figure it out. But anyway, you're here. It'll be a fun 10 minutes for them to first watch this, and I should probably tell them to scroll past me rambling and wondering if it's my internet, but it's not. So anyway, thanks for. I was saying Prather Hudson. Let's get it correct right now. How do you pronounce your name?
Prather
Hudson.
Yeah.
All right, and thanks for joining me, and of course, the newest commit to Illinois football. And I want to make right off the jump. You walked on at Georgia. Are you going to be on scholarship at Illinois?
Yes. After 2 years at Georgia, I was able to earn a scholarship. So I've been on scholarship for 3 years now, and Coach Bielema gave me a scholarship as a way to get there.
That's awesome. I mean, to you, what's the biggest thing you can take away from? What's the biggest thing you can take away from walking on at Georgia, putting all your hard work and effort, and then getting a scholarship, and then you graduate from Athens, and now coming to play Big Ten football. I mean, what's your biggest takeaway or message to people out there who maybe doubt themselves or are scared to take a risk?
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing, and I've touched on it a couple of times that the biggest thing that I've learned at Georgia is just to be bold. Never be scared to take a chance on yourself. And don't let fear determine you to go certain paths in life. Obviously this is a big decision for me. I've never even stepped foot on campus at Illinois. I've never lived outside the state of Georgia. I'm a Georgia boy through and through, and it was difficult. So I was able to make that adjustment, and I said, you know what, it's I got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. It's a situation that there's a lot of promise there, and I believe in Coach Bielema, Coach Walters, and all those guys. They have a great thing going up there. I believe in the culture that he's about to instill. So it's just one of those things that I couldn't let fear prevent me from chasing my dream and going to a certain conference and playing big time football. So I just wanted to make sure that whatever went my way, that me being scared of whatever result may happen down the road prevent me from trying.
And that's definitely an admirable trait. So that's definitely a motto that I try to live by, because if you don't go after something you really care about, like what I'm doing right now, I don't have a degree to do it. I just am a diehard Illini fan.
Yeah,
I care about it, and I make my own stuff. I made my own site, made all these graphics, did this, got a big Twitter following. People care about what I say, made some contacts, and do this because I care about it. It may not be what you're doing, but I could be just a guy on the couch right now watching Illinois. Or watching Big Ten basketball instead of trying to do things and cover the Illinois and talk to the players and help Illinois fans get the info they crave. So the next question. So Illinois has Luke Ford on the team. We chatted a little bit about this.
Yeah.
How close were you with Luke in Athens? And how was that in the recruiting process of talking to Luke about maybe joining him at Illinois?
Yeah, that was a big thing. I was able. He wasn't very long at Georgia, but I was able to have a bond with him. And he's obviously a great guy, and he has a huge personality. If you don't tell from his social media, the initial connection, I guess, with Illinois was I actually had a former teammate that's on staff, Carson Hall, and I was able to connect with him through Twitter and through not really Snapchat, but text message. and just kind of see his interest and what their staff had for me. And then kind of just hit the ball rolling from there. And then, obviously Luke Ford heard wind of that and then started recruiting me pretty actively. I know I talked to his parents, about where he's living and, how much he loved Illinois. And that obviously was, a comforting feeling that there's a familiar face up there at a place that, I obviously had no idea what was it about. But, he obviously played a big role in how, I made the decision to come to Illinois.
Was he at Georgia 2 years with you, or was he just one?
I think it was one. Yeah, I think it was one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, how much can you really get to know a random guy from Illinois? But obviously when you're stuck together at practices and trips, right? Road trips, you get to talking anyway. But yeah, big personality. Illinois fans are glad to have him and expecting big things from Luke Ford. So that's good. But now you said you knew Carson Hall too. Is he still on staff?
He's still on staff. He's a GA with the offensive line now.
Okay, well that's good. So there's two faces.
Yeah.
Two faces. Yeah. Now, did he? Okay, so the season ends at Georgia. Tell me the process of how you got to this point. Okay, so we've talked about the connection. So you your season ends, right? You guys beat Cincinnati. Hard fought game. It was a great game. I watched it. So the season ends, and then in your mind, were you like, do I want to come back to Georgia for one more year and maybe still be just playing special teams and maybe running back at the end of the game? Like, I read some fun articles. They said when it's Prather Hudson time, we know that we're up big or we're kicking some butt. When you're running the ball, and they enjoyed you playing, and running, but they knew that it was a good day. So was it just like, I know that's what my role will be one more year at Georgia, and I love this place, and I don't think I could ever do more than this? Or is it like, I know I could possibly have a bigger role at another program, a Power 5 program?
Yeah, I mean, initially, there's really three things in my head. I was thinking about just starting training and just give it a shot. I had a trainer lined up, and I thought that that's what I really, really wanted to do. But the more I looked about it, I felt like I needed more tape to kind of prove myself a little bit more. And I obviously talked to the coaching staff, Coach Smart and the guys at Georgia, and they were obviously wanting me to return. But I felt that I needed an opportunity to prove myself more so than just on special teams. And granted, I've had opportunities at running back in some limited capacity, but I felt like, especially at DB, I was able to, go to Illinois and prove that more and get some more tape. And obviously, I believe in Coach Bielema, and I felt like that's a great opportunity. And I know that our DC Coach Dan Lanning, he talked really highly of Coach Walters. He said he respects him a lot, and he obviously knows the game really, really well. He's one of those, up and coming coaches that is going to be head coach one day. So that was kind of my mindset. I was like, you know what, it's probably time to kind of reach out a little bit and, try a new role.
And let me tell you what, I hope you don't ever take anything for granted. I mean, you're 30, 40 years old. What you've accomplished so far is amazing for anybody. Like, just because you played special teams, that's a huge role. Like, I hope you take great pride in that, because that's a big deal. Because you fail on special teams, you're in trouble. And Illinois hasn't had any really special teams player that to me has stood out in a while to make an impact. Now, I believe everything I've seen and heard from you is that you definitely did make a big impact on the special teams play there. Now, with the staff at Illinois, are they telling you like, hey, you have a real shot to come in and compete and play and at safety or maybe a nickel back? And, what has kind of been the conversation in that aspect?
Yeah, and I've played 53 straight games. I take a lot of pride in that at Georgia on special teams, and that's my role, and I don't want to lose that wherever I go. And I communicate that with Coach Bielema. I know that he was very supportive of that and wanted me to expand on that role when I come to Illinois. And I think they had in mind for me to be safety, and that's what I'm going to be coming as. So, I'm happy to do that. And I also talked to them a little bit about, running back possibilities, just any way I can get on the field and help the team. I'm up for anything. But I think, initially I'm going to be starting at safety, and, that's what I'm going to try to expand on.
and Coach Ryan Walters is coaching the safety. So, I mean, so that's good. And again, I've got some fan people, some fan statements. Somebody said, so Illinois had a player named Clayton Fedgedelum who played for the Dolphins and, making nearly making $1 million a year on special teams. So again, there's no, the roads are endless there. So it is what it is. But to me, when you committed, I was thinking to myself, I watched, tape of you. I watched interviews of you. I said, this is a hard-nosed kid that's going to give his all every play he's out there. And honestly, what more could you ask for from a player? I mean, I'm not a coach, but I don't think any Illini fan would sit here and complain or think they're going to sit here and go, we need that. Because as you know, this program that you're coming to has made one bowl game in the last 9 years. So that was not the last season, but 2 seasons ago. So they need winning players. And for you, what is you're in a winning culture. You're around that a lot. What is it that you feel like you can bring maybe a winning mentality or culture to Illinois and kind of help maybe not just positivity, but what the culture-wise, what do you think you could bring to Illinois?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've been a very successful program at Georgia and learning from the coaches there and, how to win. I think the biggest difference that I've noticed, because I was there in my true freshman year when we went to the Liberty Bowl, which is, for what Georgia has done in the past, it wasn't really where they wanted to be. And I saw that switch the very next year we went to the national championship. And I think the biggest difference really is just the players themselves believed in themselves and they believed that they could win. And I think that, that's the biggest thing is just having confidence in yourself because, the coaches can tell you how great you are or how great the team is. But, unless the players really, really believe it, there's nothing that's really going to change. And I feel like that's the thing that I bring is confidence. And not just confidence in myself, but confidence in my teammates. Because when I go out there, I'm going to believe in them that, if I'm supposed to seal the edge, they're going to fill the gap. If am I supposed to get in a certain coverage, and they're going to be down below to protect me. And I think that's the thing that I'm going to be bringing. I'm going to be the hardest worker in the building. I'm going to be there. I'm ready to win. I didn't come here to lose football games. I came here to win for Coach Bielema. I'm very excited for this opportunity, and I think I just bring that intensity to the game.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, and I was curious too. I mean, when was Coach Smart and all the coaches supportive of you though, wanting to say, hey, I want to take that next step and challenge myself?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously they were recruiting me to stay at Georgia. It was definitely very hard, to make that decision because, our DC, our head coach and our running backs coach and defensive back coach were all trying to get me to stay. But they were also very supportive because, they want what's best for me, which I'm very fortunate that I had those coaches in my corner. And so that was obviously, a thing for me that I had to battle a little bit. But they said, go chase your dream. And, they had no problem with me, branching out.
And I know, the Georgia fans have been super supportive of Luke Ford, when he came to Illinois. So I know, what is it, Dog Nation? I don't know what Dog Nation will be behind you, Illinois, and they'll be rooting you on the whole time. And so, so obviously one of the final questions I want to ask you was, so a big thing that you're known for was the tweet. Was it Rutledge? Is it Laura? Lisa? What was it? Laura
Rutledge.
Yeah. So how did that go? And did you take her out? Were you able to take her out?
Well, unfortunately she was married. I did not know. I promise I didn't know. But it was kind of weird because I didn't even know it happened on the sideline. I go over to the sideline and my teammates go, "You just absolutely decked Laura Rutledge." I'm like, "What are you even talking about?" I didn't even know. And it took till after the game and everybody was talking about it. I had no idea that even happened. So it was a pretty weird, couple 24 hours. And then I saw that she tweeted and I was like, what, maybe I should just shoot my shot. I got nothing to lose. She took it very graciously and I thank her for that. But, I mean, she was, married, so it didn't work out there.
Yeah, so that was the key there. So she handled it classily. She didn't say, "How dare you? I'm married." It was just kind of like I'm a funny thing.
Yeah. She let me down easy.
Oh well, that's good. That's good. in the process of what's the process look like for you to come to Champaign? Are you going to be there for spring ball or?
Yeah, I'm planning on coming tomorrow, actually driving all the way up there. I mean, I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or Friday, but that's my plan right now. It's been kind of hectic trying to pack everything and make a decision within a week. But I don't have an apartment yet. I'm still trying to figure everything out. But
I mean, so yeah, how does that work? I mean, will you be rooming? You'll be with the team or what? Like, I mean, you have to find your own apartment, like.
Yeah, it's. I think I'm just finding a single apartment. Because it's kind of hard. It's kind of late in the game. Ad drop I think ends Monday, so everybody kind of has their roommates already. So I just decided to go ahead and get my own place and just have it close to the facility so I can walk over there.
Oh yeah, I mean it makes sense. I mean you're probably one of the oldest guys on the team now, right? Yeah. I mean, so you're an elder statesman, 22, 23?
Yeah, 23.
Okay, so there you go. Like 20. Final. What will you be? Was it somebody said you're finance? What will you becoming at Illinois to finish?
I already graduated with a finance and sports management degree. I finished those two, and then I'm going to end up. There's a recreation, sport, and tourism. I'm going to do a master's in that program, emphasis in sports. So.
I can tell you what, I don't know how good a Georgia degree is. I'm sure it's pretty good, but in Illinois, getting your master's or from Illinois is going to be, hey, nothing but great for you going forward. Now, finally, the last word for Illini fans, because if some are live watching right now, many will watch on replay when they come to Memorial Stadium, hopefully with fans this year.
Yes.
Yes. How weird was that though, as a player?
Yeah. I mean, thankfully Georgia, I think they were at 25% capacity, so we had a somewhat decent crowd. Come as
like a spring game, probably, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. So I mean, it felt like it was in a blowout game in the fourth quarter. Is really what it kind of felt like. It wasn't completely empty, but there was some juice there, which was good.
And Illinois fans weren't allowed to come to the game, so. We're thinking that's going to change. But when Illinois fans come to Memorial Stadium, what will they see from you? What are you going to give them every game? Like your last little message to them before you head to Illinois.
Yeah, I mean, I think that when you see that final product on the field, you're going to see a team that plays together. I'm always for whoever can get in the paper, whoever I can help to get in the paper and get their name out there. I'm going to try to do. I'm going to give my best and all to Illini Nation. Every rep I'm never going to take off. You can count me on that. I'm going to be out there, supporting the team and try to lead the team the best way I can. And we're going to win some ball games.
And you know what? I truly believe that. I think this staff, honestly, though, this staff is, I'm not going to compare it to Georgia because you guys have a great staff there, but this staff is legit like guys that have been big-time OCs and DCs, Kevin Kane, who was the defensive coordinator at SMU, Ryan Walters from Missouri, so there's SEC, of course, Brett Bielema, and then on the offensive side of the ball, the list goes on and on. They stacked this staff. So you're going to be in luck with the coaching staff to Illinois. It's not going to be really a rough transition. You're going to have, I think, probably pretty much similar experience. And I don't know if you've seen the Smith Center. I think you're going to love it.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I was able to have a little virtual tour. It's pretty awesome.
I was going to say, I don't know. I'm sure the facilities at Georgia are great, but I can tell you, I have no doubt that the Smith Center will give it a run for our money. If not, I mean, a bowling alley, you got putt on the roof. Yeah. So on a nice day, you guys can go putting on the roof. I mean, So anyway, hey, safe travel and trip up here to Illinois. And I know this, I look forward to watching you play. And I'm sure all these people do too. And thanks for joining me, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, Ryan.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man. Thanks. I'll talk to you later.
All right. See ya.
See ya. Another awesome young man, a future Illini. It's exciting. You think at first you hear about, we'll walk on. We'll look into him a little bit more. Man, he's going to give his all every game. He's a tough-nosed kid. You want guys like that on special teams, and it wouldn't shock me to see him playing on some offense. I mean, his experience does not hurt. I think it's great, and you need that winning mentality and winning culture from kids, because if you see anyone taking a playoff, I can assure you that kid right there is not going to. So the coaching staff is going to be able to use that every day at practice, and every game you're going to see him giving it his all. So, and I know with Brett Bielema, you ain't taking a playoff. So love the staff, love these additions. Check my Swami selections if you haven't already, because I'm expecting more this week. So with that said, I know, great kid. With that said, thanks for tuning in this last